Edwin the Emperor Sarria, Christian Ynastrilla. Here we go.
Wow, man, you see Edwin coming out strong, throwing a lot of, combinations, and, this is another one of those 125-pound fights, so you're going to see a high-paced, a lot of action fight. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, Christian needs to be super careful here. Edwin's throwing some real heavy shots, but they're nice and tight and compact. Really nice style.
Good combinations by both guys. This should turn out to be a good one.
Yeah, technique and speed. Sarria shoots the single and gets it, but he's in a little bit of trouble here on the neck. He's got to be careful with Ynastrilla.
This is where I really wanted to see this fight go, personally, is both these guys are very well schooled in jiu-jitsu. Obviously, Christian Ynastrilla under Wilson Govea, black belt, and Edwin Sarria under Marcus Avalon, black belt. So this is as a fight fan, where I wanted to see the fight. You can see Christian setting up that amazing omoplata. These are so difficult to finish. If he finishes, I'll be truly amazed. But
wow,
back to their feet.
Remember, no one thought Ynastrilla would be a fighter. No one gave him a shot. His friends laughed at him. And then he started winning fights in Bellator. He started getting rear naked chokes against really tough fighters in Cam Soda Legends. And recently, despite nasty food poisoning, finishing off a very tough fighter in Mauricio De Jesus in underground cage fighting. Been rolling since he was 14.
Yeah, I've also had the privilege of training with Christian Ynastrilla, and he's really impressed me with his jiu-jitsu skills. You can see him fishing for this guillotine right now, and it looks like he actually got it. He's getting it sunk in pretty deep, trying to get it under the chin. But Edwin Sarria definitely wise to it. You can hear his corner telling him how to defend it.
Yep.
Again, we see this position every single night so far. Part of the fight is the battle for the underhooks right here. Usually who can win the battle, the underhooks, is going to control the grappling.
Nice left hand there from the Emperor. Snaps the head of Christian back. Oh, nice outside leg kick too. Buckled the lead leg of Ynastrilla.
Good switching stances by Christian. He's been back and forth, switching it up, both landing good shots on both sides, but Sarria a little bit more with the heavy punches and the combinations, and a couple nice leg kicks.
Sarria's trying to contain Ynastrilla, trying to get him up against the cage and restrict his lateral movement. It's a nice outside leg kick from Christian.
Yeah, both fighters are having success in those leg kicks. In the beginning of the fight, you don't see much, of the damage, but as the fight goes on, it pays big dividends, and I would recommend for both these guys to stay on the leg kicks.
Yeah, I like how he turned into it and kind of snapped it, kind of whipped it. I'm sure you could attest to this because you spent a lot of time in Thailand. It's kind of a whipping motion, isn't it, when you get that outside leg kick?
Well, a lot of guys teach it all differently, but both these guys are throwing those hard whipping, and this is Christian's specialty, this triangle choke right here. I've seen him finish this choke a few times. I've been in it myself, and this is his specialty. Sarria
it's deadly.
Out of it. He also has the armbar combination. Triangle armbar, and he's going to go to sleep or get his arm broken right now.
Ow. Oh, Sarria is made of steel.
Wow, what a deep armbar. You can believe that his arm is popping right now. But he's so tough, he's fighting out of it. Belly down.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm sure Sarria's arm
if he gets out of this,
but
wow.
You don't have to quit to something like that. That's only for jiu-jitsu tapping. You don't have to tap in an MMA fight.
What an escape artist. I think Sarria gets the Houdini Award tonight.
I'm sure that's just a toughness thing, man. I'm sure his arm popped there, but he just ate the pain and let it go. I know I've done that a few times, and be able to get out of those positions. There's really not much else you can do when you're that deep. You just let it pop, and hopefully you get out and it doesn't break your arm.
Different breed, you guys are. A different breed.
And this is a title fight, so the chips are all in here. Both these guys are from South Florida, so they got a lot of fans here, and short time on the clock. So both these guys are coming for the win, and I'm sure both of them are willing to go to the very end. Fight to the
Nice
death.
elbow from Sarria. Now, we'll have a chance to see in the second round, Charles, whether he's able to use that arm or not. A lot of times what will happen is they'll be able to throw the good arm, the other one will just kind of hang limp, or they can barely get it up. I'm seeing if they send the doctor over, and it looks like the doctor's not going over there, so there's not going to be any issues with that popping of the arm. It had to have popped.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, I can see from this angle right here, it was a triangle armbar. It looked like he had a couple really good angles on it. That was an extremely deep armbar. But like I said, the toughness of Edwin Sarria and, his confidence knowing, that he's able to get out of it, he was able to. You see Marcus Avalon really giving it to him here and telling him to pick up the pace, and Jason Sora is also in his corner.
Keep an eye on that arm as this second round progresses. Until just how badly it was damaged in that submission attempt.
Yeah, I believe it was his right arm, so we're going to have to see right away if he throws it or not. Sarria's right arm was the one caught in the armbar, but he fought out of it.
He's holding it up pretty well.
See, back to those kicks we talked about in the beginning. Those were landed for both guys. Every single kick each one of them has landed.
So far, I'm seeing a lot of left jabs, Charles. No combos. It'll be a super hard task for Sarria to finish off Christian with just one arm.
I mean, it's super impressive what Sarria just did, getting out of that submission. I'm honestly impressed by both guys. I'm impressed with the submission offense of Ynastrilla and the toughness and perseverance of Sarria getting out of that thing.
Exactly.
Sarria back on those leg kicks, and like I said, every leg kick each one of those guys have thrown inside, outside leg kick has landed. Nice body combination by Ynastrilla.
Three rounds in this fight, so it's we're almost halfway through the fight in about a minute.
I like the switching stances of Christian Ynastrilla. I like how he switches his stances. He's in good range when he switches. When you saw some of the fights earlier, the guys would switch right in front of each other, but Christian gets out of range, switches, come back, and gives the guy different looks, and he's doing a great job of that. Nice body kick by Christian Ynastrilla.
And there is a right hand thrown by Sarria. Looks like he's using it sparingly. Nice left hand, nice combination. A little bit of a welt developing under the right eye of Christian. Hard to tell when that happened. Been a lot of exchanges tonight.
Yeah, these 25ers always are excited, man. Back and forth action all the time.
You hear Christian's corner. He said, Sarria's going 2 miles an hour. Let's go.
Yeah, he's telling him to pick up the pace. I mean, the pace is pretty high pace, but I guess they want him to go even more. But Christian just absorbed some hard shots right there.
Yeah, Christian's got to be careful not to get lulled into this pace. I agree with them 100% because Christian's, one of his strong suits is gas tank. And he could take into the deep water and drown you. But if you're gonna let this pace go, you're gonna let Sarria crawl back into this thing.
Yeah. I think one of the big keys for this fight is the leg kicks. They both landed some good leg kicks. Whichever one of them I feel gets back on it is going to have the advantage. Solid right hand by Christian.
Sarria wants nothing to do with the ground game. Nice dump, though.
Yeah, I don't blame him after eating that deep armbar triangle.
He says, come on, back up. Come and stand with me, Christian. Minute and a half to go in round number 2 here. If you just tuned in, you are watching Action Fight League War at the Rock. I'm Jay Adams alongside Charles Boston, Strong Rosa. Glad you joined us. celebrating the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino and all of the great things they've done here. The Seminoles putting a ton of money into a bunch of new buildings here in Hollywood, Florida, including that huge guitar skyscraper. Nice overhand left there from Christian.
Yeah, Christian doing a great job of switching the stances, mixing it up. Nice high kick there, keeping Sarria guessing. But Sarria doing a great job of marching down, sitting down on his punches, getting a little bit of heavy shots off. Good inside leg kick there by Sarria and outside.
Quick shout out to Juju, New Zealand, Naked CBD. Oh, nice left. The United States Veterans Chamber of Commerce in Harley-Davidson. Thank you guys for your support.
Ooh, that was a big takedown by Sarria at the end of the round. This is what the judges are looking for, you know, how because in close rounds, who's finishing on top, who's getting the takedowns when it's a close stand-up battle. So, wise move by Sarria there.
Very timely, as you said, with just 10 seconds to go in the round.
Nice. Christian with that nice rubber guard, too, but looks like it's a little bit late in the round.
Nice move. That's actually makes this puzzle that much more interesting. I'm going to put you on the line, Boston Strong. How do you score that second round?
Ooh, I don't know. I think it was close. I think right now, just going into it, to be fair, I think it's 1-1. I think whoever comes out with this third round wins this fight, and that's what championship fights are about, you know, coming down to the finish, see who wants it more.
You could make an argument that Christian's up 2-0, but it's too close. If I was in his corner, I'd be saying it's 1-1 if you're lucky.
Yeah,
and you need to go stop.
That would be
Sarria.
wise for both corners to say. There's no way that you could say it was 1-1 and be confident in that. Very close. Sarria especially securing that takedown at the end. It's close. 1-1. It's going to be going into the third for the belt. Both these guys have some amazing training partners. Christian Ynastrilla training from American Top Team. Trains one of his good buddies, Juan Puerta, the Titan FC champion. Jesse Formella, he's #1 ranked UFC, you know, bantamweight. So he got some good training partners. Edwin Sarria trains with Jason Sorias. Adia Terry, brown belt under Marcus Avalon. So I mean, these guys are both getting in with some of the best guys there are, especially in South Florida.
One of Sarria's guys told me Suarez got his black belt.
This is what it comes down to, you know, the last round of the fight. Low blow by Sarria, hit Christian with the low punch, which you usually don't see much, but
Below the belt punch. I loved in the old days of boxing when the belt kept getting higher and higher and higher.
yeah, I guess you see it in boxing. I was just thinking from MMA, it's rare that you see
It's like 2 inches under the guy's nipples at some point. Yeah.
Usually it's a hard kick. We saw that Bellator fight end last night. I don't know if you saw it, but Matt Mitrione fight. The fight ended in the first round. Yeah, he was fighting a Russian guy, and Matt Mitrione hit him with a low blow in the first 10 seconds, and it was the main event. The fight ended, so it was a no contest because it was accidental. But you know, that's the second time.
Sarria said he didn't do it that time. He copped to the first one, but he shook his head no on that one.
I mean, the truth is, when you're fighting these fights, you got to have the right cup, believe it or not. As crazy as it sounds, there's a good brand that I've used, Diamond MMA cups. That's great, but if you don't have the right cup and you get hit there, it's going to hurt a lot more than if you have the right equipment, protection.
So as we were saying earlier, he'll get up to 5 minutes to shake it off. But being the physical specimen he is, he only needs 10 seconds. Sarria pressing the action, Charles. Oh, but he ate that left. That left. Now it's, but this is Rock'em Sock'em. Now it's just left, right.
And there they go, back and forth battle. This is awesome. This is what the fans came to see.
My goodness. Both of these guys stepping into the pocket at flyweight, going for that strap. Outside leg kick from Christian. But Sarria walking Christian down a little bit here.
Yeah, he's backing him up. Christian landed some nice solid punches, but definitely Sarria backing him up a little bit. This is going to go down to the wire.
Anybody's fight now. Your guess is as good as ours if you've been scoring at home.
Yeah, this is going to come down to who wants some more. And man, both these guys are looking hungry, so. Again, we end up in this position every time, you know, the battle of the underhooks. Christian looking for the guillotine right here to try to get the finish, but it's going to be tough to do against a guy like Sarria. I mean, he's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, and it's not easy to just go and guillotine a guy like that in the 3rd round. So he's going to want to look to break off, get his back off the cage, and take it back to the center and try to finish strong.
Yeah, these guys are both soaked too, which makes it that much more difficult to get any submission. And you get the exhaustion factor as well conditioned as these flyweights are. They have been going full out from the beginning of this fight, so you know they're feeling it right around now.
Yeah, no doubt. This has been a high-paced fight by both guys. Hats off to both of them. Both of them have great condition, and they're still right in there throwing good exchanges.
This is for the ISKA flyweight title strap. Who wants it more? Coming down to the final seconds of the fight. Both corners imploring their fighters to finish strong.
Nice leg kick by Christian Ynastrilla.
Both of their faces showing the wear and tear now. You see redness around both of their eyes. Oh, head kick from Christian. Sarria rocks Christian. Wow. Just trading out there, Charles. Got about a minute to go in the fight. Head kick combo with the left.
A minute left in the fight, man. This is what it's going to come down to. All those hours of training, continuous hours of training is coming down to the last minute of the fight, and that's why you put in all that work for the fight.
Christian said he was poked. Sarria, hard to tell. He's still shaking his head no, so he said there was no poke. And the ref didn't see anything. Mike Cardosa did not stop the action.
He did, because he stopped it, so he definitely saw something. But
what happened was Christian said, "Stop it for me," and
timeout.
Some refs won't do that. You know, like Herb Dean won't do that.
There's no timeouts.
He's like, I didn't call the timeout. You can't tell me timeout. Wow. This time it's Sarria who gets the groin shot.
There's 20 seconds left in the fight. I just heard Christian's corner yell for it. Back and forth fouls that made the end of this fight a little bit confusing, but it's going to come down to this last 20 seconds for the fans watching right now. The last 20 seconds.
It's amazing. This fight is still
who wins the last 20 seconds is going to win this fight.
Still hangs in the balance. It's amazing.
20 seconds. Let's go. Yeah,
nice left hand
yelling, go, let's go. And there they
Sarria.
go.
It's go time.
Right down to the wire, baby. Let's go.
This is why we love MMA. Two warriors. Oh, and the dump from Sarria. Timely dump. Oh, my goodness. That was a brilliant move by the Emperor.
Wise move by Edwin Sarria, but we're gonna have to see if it's enough to win the fight and win the round. But it's gonna be a close one for sure. You see Christian Ynastrilla trying to lock up the rubber guard and working a little bit from the bottom, getting some nice little rabbit punches off.
Let me tell you this much, Charles Rosa, whoever loses is not going to be happy about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, especially since it's for the belt right here. But Christian's going to want to get off his back right here. This is not how you want to end the fight. You hear his corner yelling up. Oh, Christian looking for that armbar to finish the fight, but man, this is going to be a good one going to the judges.
Oh, our judges tonight. Gene Waring, Rich Green, John Rupert, Vicente Rodriguez. Oh my goodness, I'm glad I'm not them.
Oh, I don't want to be the judges in this one.
Since I'm 42 though, and when we get in mode, I'm a dog like I'm Cujo. Heard they tryna steal away, cut it out, cut it out. Spicy mommy's on the way, bust it down, bust it down. So mama keep let the way I cut it out. Hey, talk to me nice, show you what they really about. Whoa, pipe down, throwing up shots. First we shut them down, then we open up shop. Running around just in case y'all forgot. They been trying to stop the way, but the way don't stop. Uptown, baby, I was down, but they see I'm up now, baby. Head high, 'cause I'm holding up my crown, baby. Never told, even through the ups and downs, baby. And if I do say it's a couple rounds, baby. Only way I double crosses. I just keep spinning, only way to make them nauseous. Leave me alone, mommy like salsa with the dip. I'm just trying to see you dance salsa.
Ladies and gentlemen, with judges' scores of 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27, your winner, the unanimous decision in the blue corner, and new War at the Rock flyweight champion, Edwin